Welcome back. Now we're going to have a look at the rulings on using the bathroom. Istanja, cleaning oneself after using the restroom. So after urination, a man must ensure that no drops of urine remain in the urethra. He must be certain that no trace even appears at the tip of the organ, since the appearance of wetness there invalidates wudu. Now it mentions men more than women here, because the men's plumbing, men's waterworks is different in design than a woman's. A woman's urethra is very short. So that's one of the reasons why women are more prone to bladder infections, because it's very easy for the bladder to bacteria to work their way up to the bladder, whereas men have longer ureters and they need more sense and a bit more time to totally empty and to totally clean, as opposed to a woman. So when a man goes to a toilet after finishing urination, the urine doesn't stop instantly. It may have stopped coming out from the bladder, but there are still drops left in the urethra, and that takes time to come out. Now, men use a variety of ways to make sure that all of the drops have exited. Some of them is they just wait. They wait a bit. Some may cough. You cough because what coughing does is it compresses the whole nether region and it forces out the drops. Some may push up on the prostrate gland. It's the area between the male organ, the front side and the back side. If you push there gently, it helps in releasing some of the drops. Bending forward also helps. Some people squat even or walk. Put a piece of tissue there and then they exit the bathroom, they walk around for a minute or so, and then they come back, and then all the drops have been absorbed in the tissue and they dry, then they perform their wudu. However, the problem with this is that some people get very OCD about this. Now, shaitan plays tricks, waswas gets involved, and they clean and then they're not sure, and then they keep checking, and they end up feeling there's a substance there, they feel like there's something there, and they need to keep going and check, or they will do damage to their member by tugging on their member, by squeezing it unnecessarily, by being very violent with it. First thing is, you need to be very gentle with your member, because maybe not now, but you're going to create trouble for yourself as you get older. So there's no reason to be violent, there's no reason to go crazy in trying to purify yourself. Be gentle, and just wait a bit, do what you normally do, you know what works for you, do that, but be gentle. And you've taken the means. You've taken the means, you're certain, everything looks clean now, sprinkle some water on there and come out, that's it. Then if you have some kind of waswas in you, that I'm feeling something or something's happening, or I'm sure I know it's not going to be clean, this is not going to render it clean, I'm going to go back and check. No, we don't go by any of that anymore. If you get waswas, if you get feelings, whatever you get, we just leave it. We leave it because you've taken the means, you've tried to clean as best as you can, you've been gentle, you've taken all of these means if necessary, and then if you have some additional waswas, sprinkle some water out there, or water on there, then you're not going to know what it is. And that's it, you're out. Now there's a maxim, the religion is easy and none shall make the religion hard except that it will defeat him. So be moderate, do the best you can. So the religion is ease. We mentioned when it comes to washing your clothes, we don't make sure that the actual stain is 100% gone if it's difficult to get rid of, if the smell is difficult. We don't heat water up unnecessarily. We don't need to use soap even in a traditional society. We've even mentioned how you can have a certain amount of filth on you that's excusable if you can't clean it, if it's difficult to clean. Right? So the religion has dispensations, it has ease. Don't let the waswas of shaitan overcome you, because if it overcomes you, you'll only end up withdrawing. For you'd make the religion so hard for yourself that you won't be able to end up following through with acts of worship that you needed to have done. Right? So keep things easy, relax, you're in good hands. We as Muslims take the means. Once we take the means lead to certainty, because those means, we know what the end result is. And once that's happened, that's it. You back away and you carry on leading your life. You carry on doing what you did in your life. And we don't think about waswas and any crazy ideas like that. So certainty is not lifted by doubts, right? So we took the means, the end result of the means is cleanliness. That's certain. Now, if you have any waswas or any doubts, certainty is not lifted by a doubt. Let's look at this more. So an important fiqh principle related to this matter is certainty is not lifted by doubt. Certainty is only lifted by another certainty. What do I mean here? Now you've gone back to the toilet and you've urinated, right? So now, obviously, you're not clean. You've got drops of urine exiting from you, so you need to clean yourself again. The default assumption about a matter is akin to certainty. What does this mean here? You've taken the means. The end result should have been you're clean, you are clean. More doubts and suppositions are of no legal consequence. After that, basically, you leave it and you exit and you carry on with your life. If the filth that exits the body does not move beyond the exit hole itself, then it is sunnah to clean the area. Now, let's look at this in more detail. If filth exits the private part and it stays at its point of exit, then it's sunnah to clean by wiping or washing. If the filth goes beyond its exit point, so it basically spreads now, the filth is spreading, then it's obligatory to wash that part if it's more than the excused amount, and it's recommended to wash if it's less than the excused amount. One may use a stone that removes toilet paper or the like to clean the area. This may seem strange to some, using stones. Isn't that unhygienic? Doesn't that cause infection? Isn't that a precursor to infection, to be using stones? In traditional societies, water was a rarity. And if you were a traveler, or even if you're in a village and you're out farming the whole day, you're not going to have access to water so easily. In that situation, most people would use stones, would use leaves, would use dirt, even whatever they could get their hands on to clean themselves with. Toilet paper or the like to clean the area. He should wipe forwards and backwards until the area is clean. So you'd basically get that stone and you'd wipe forwards and backwards until the area is clean, or until the filth no longer remains, taking care not to spread the filth further than it already has. It's ideal to wash the area afterwards until one feels convinced that the filth is removed. In today's situation, you'd use toilet paper, right? You'd use toilet paper to clean filth, and then you'd wash yourself to make sure all the filth is gone. Moreover, one should continue washing until the bad smell is gone. Finally, it is not permissible to reveal one's nakedness to others in order to perform istinja. Types of washing that fulfill the sunnah. So there's 3 types of washing here that fulfill the sunnah. There's wiping only. It's accepted. If you don't have water, you'd have to wipe, and you'd keep wiping until you'd get rid of all the amount of filth. Washing, obviously washing is better. If you have just water and nothing to wipe with, then you'd wash. It's better than wiping. And then the third step is wiping and washing. So you'd wipe the filth first, whether it's with toilet roll, whether it's with stones, leaves, or whatnot, and then you'd wash. That's the complete and thorough washing. That's best practice. If the filth that exits the body moves beyond the exit hole, yet the amount that moved is less than what is excused, the ritual prayer is still valid. If, however, that amount is more than what is excused, it is further to remove it. So if the filth is gone past this exit hole and it's less than the excusable amount, and you decide to pray, is your prayer acceptable? Yes, it is acceptable. Is it best practice? No. But for technicality, for the technical purposes, is your prayer accepted? Yes, it is. Why would you be in that situation? Again, there's a multiplicity of scenarios that could play out that could put you in that situation. But if that were to ever happen to you and you were to pray, your prayer would be accepted. If it's more, then it's obligatory for you to now wash that area, because obviously you cannot pray because you have more than what the excusable amount of filth on your body. It is disliked to clean oneself for istinja with a bone, dry dung and food. Why a bone? Because a bone is the feed of the jinn. The dry dung is also the feed of the animals of the jinn. And food, obviously, you wouldn't use food to clean yourself. If you've got nothing to clean yourself with, only a madman would think of using food items to clean himself with. Or anything of value, such as silk, cotton. So we don't use towels or items of clothing to clean ourselves with. We use toilet roll. And toilet roll, even though it has an intrinsic value in and amongst itself, it's paper, but it's made and manufactured specifically for the purpose of cleaning yourself with. So that would be allowed. But to use paper that has value, to use garments and whatnot is not allowed. Just like it's disliked to use the right hand. One should seek refuge from Allah before entering the restroom and then enter with the left foot. These are part of the manners. So obviously when you go in, it's a quick affair. You're not there to spend a large amount of time. It's basically in and out. You go in with your right foot, you make the dua, you cover your nakedness, you keep your hat on, you do your business, and then you come out and you make the dua as you exit as well, and you do not face the Qibla. If you can help it, you don't face the Qibla. Some houses in Muslim countries, houses are actually made where the washrooms face away from the Qibla. But in other countries, it may not always be possible to do that. But if it's in your power, so you're in the open somewhere, or you're in a situation, then you would not face the Qibla. Or indeed with your back facing the Qibla. Likewise, you don't face the sun or the moon because they're two huge and powerful signs of the Almighty. So we don't face them when we use the toilet also. And we don't speak except for out of necessity. There are jinns in the washrooms, and generally it's not a nice place to be in. So a dignified human being wouldn't spend a large amount of time unnecessarily in a washroom. After finishing, one should exit with the right foot and then say, all praises for Allah, the one who removed harm from my body and gave me well-being. After the servant, and Imam Shambululi mentions a bit of spirituality towards the end, he says, after the servant removes his garment, body and pray area and commences the ritual prayer or any act of worship accompanied with the truly beneficial purification, i.e. of his heart from rancor, hatred and the like. This is what we mentioned in our previous lessons. And from anything besides Allah, intending to carry out his divine command, bearing in mind the greatness of his majesty and honor, with full hope that he will accept the worship that he has enjoined on him, then it is hoped for the servant to be given eternal joy due to the divine acceptance of his devotion. Thank you very much.